We are back with the Premier League Gameweek 30 predictions, and the Premier League is finally back, and we're going to be going through the matches while also predicting them as well. So let's get straight into it. First off, we have Wolves versus West Ham. This should be a pretty decent matchup, so let's get started with Wolves. They have been doing not the best this season, currently sitting in 17th place. Form-wise, they've been pretty decent recently. Last game, they actually won 2-1 versus Southampton, and Cunha is such a key player. He's one of the main ball carriers in that team, and whenever I watch them play, they actually play some pretty decent football. Onto West Ham, they've not been doing the best this season. They're currently sitting in 16th place, and the way they've been playing is, I think, a lot better as well. Just a lot more flowing football. It's a lot better. And form-wise, West Ham have been on and off a bit. Like a few months ago, they beat Arsenal 1-0. Very impressive. But Kudus has kind of slowed down in terms of taking on players and everything. I don't see him doing that as much anymore. But my prediction is going to be a 2-1 win for Wolves. Moving on to Arsenal versus Fulham. This game should be honestly quite tight, I think. So let's get started with Arsenal. They have been very good this season, currently sitting in second place. Form-wise, it has been going quite alright as well. We got some good news though. Saka is finally back in training, so that is absolutely massive. In our last game, we played Chelsea, and we beat them 1-0. Chelsea were very poor in that game, honestly, but Timber, this guy has been, in my opinion, one of the best fullbacks in the league this season. Absolute baller defensively and offensively as well. And onto Fulham, they've been doing quite decent this season, currently sitting in 8th place within the league. They are one of the most underrated teams in my opinion. They have loads of former Arsenal players like Smith Rowe, Iwobi, Nelson, and many other players, and they've been quite alright form-wise. Like last game, they played Tottenham and they beat them 2-0. That was a massive surprise for me. But I see Arsenal coming away with this and winning 3-1. Now moving on to Nottingham Forest versus Manchester United. This game's going to be such a good game. So let's get started with Nottingham Forest. They've been very impressive this season, currently sitting in 3rd place, which is crazy. Like form-wise, they have been very good. Like last game, they beat Ipswich Town 4-2 in a high-scoring game. The game before, they got a very impressive 1-0 win against Man City, and Chris Wood has been banging in those goals. Like he's up there with one of the top goal scorers in the league. And onto Manchester United, they have been doing not the best this season. Last game they beat Leicester 3-0 quite comfortably. Højlund finally scoring his goal, Bruno bagging goals as well. He has been carrying the team a little bit with his goals and his assists, and they're getting better for sure. I see overall Manchester United are just playing a lot better, and they're actually getting results now, so it's getting better and better for Manchester United. And my prediction is going to be a 2-1 win for Nottingham Forest. Moving on to Southampton versus Crystal Palace. Let's be honest, we know which way this game is going to go, so let's get started with Southampton. They have not been doing good this season, probably one of the worst teams we have seen in the league. Form-wise, they're doing quite terribly. Like last game, they played Wolves and they lost 2-1. They don't have much about them, if we're being honest. Like Southampton want 100 million for Dibbling, which is outrageous. That's outrageous price, especially considering the position they're in. Sure, he's a great talent, but 100 million is a lot. Now onto Crystal Palace. They've been pretty decent, honestly. Form-wise, been doing pretty good. Last game they played Ipswich Town and they won 1-0. Ismail Assar scoring for them. It's been on fire for them. They've been doing a lot better recently as well. Mateta is out as he has an injury right now, and Glasner has managed to turn it around once again for the team. Now my prediction It's going to be a 3-1 win for Crystal Palace. Moving on to Bournemouth versus Ipswich. This game is going to be quite a good one. So let's get started with Bournemouth. They've been doing quite well this season. They're currently sitting in 10th place. Form-wise, it's been not too good for them. Like last game, they played Brentford and they lost 2-1. Kluivert has been in some incredible form this season. Huijsen has been a massive standout. He is on many clubs' radars as well. Even Real Madrid is looking at him. And on to Ipswich. They have been struggling quite a bit this season. Currently, they are sitting in 18th place in the league. So, form-wise, they have been pretty terrible. Last game, they played one of the best teams in the league in Nottingham Forest, and they did lose that game 4-2, which was quite high scoring as well. And Delap was scoring goals at one point, but now he has stopped, which is not too good for Ipswich because they were kind of relying on him for the goals. Now my prediction is going to be a 3-1 win for Bournemouth. Moving on to Brighton versus Aston Villa. This game is going to be a very tight one. So let's get started with Brighton. They have been doing quite decent this season, currently sitting in 7th place in the league. Form-wise, they've been doing very well, if we're being honest. Last game, they played Manchester City, and it was going to be a challenge. And they drew 2-2 against Manchester City, which is a solid result, I would say, for Brighton. And Brighton are another underrated team, honestly, in the league. Onto Aston Villa. They have been doing not too bad this season, currently sitting in 9th place. Form-wise, they've been alright. The last game they played Brentford and they won it 1-0. Watkins is back in his goal scoring form and he scored against his former team as well. Bear in mind they are still in the Champions League, so it might be a reason why they're doing a bit worse in the league as well. So my prediction for this game is going to be a 2-2 draw. Moving on to Newcastle versus Brentford. Now this game is going to be quite interesting, so let's get started with Newcastle. They've been quite well this season, currently sitting in 6th place in the league, which is very solid. Form wise, it's been not too good for them, even though they won 1-0 last game versus West Ham. Bruno Guimaraes scoring the winner for the Magpies. Overall, I would say as a team, they defend very, very well, but they also have the quality of Gordon and Isak up front, which is very dangerous on the counter. Onto Brentford, they've been doing quite decent this season. Form-wise, it's been quite good, to be fair. Like last game we mentioned before, they beat Bournemouth 2-1. Wissa, of course, scoring. He has been so key for that team as well. Thomas Frank has also been considered for the Tottenham job if Ange Postecoglou gets sacked. Now, Mbeumo has been a very good player as well, but he's also dropped off a little bit in terms of his goal involvement. But that Mbeumo and Wissa duo is very, very dangerous, I gotta say. Now, my prediction is gonna be a 3-2 win for Newcastle. Moving on to Manchester City versus Leicester. This game is going to be quite an easy game for City, so let's get started with Manchester City. They have been alright this season, have been a little bit below their standards as well, but it's an off season for them. They're currently in 5th place in the league. There is a possibility that they don't get Champions League football for next season. Now, last game they played Brighton, and as we mentioned, they drew 2-2. Haaland scored a goal in that game, and Marmoush scoring a banger as well. Marmoush has started off quite well in the Manchester City team. He's been getting in goals, assists. He's kind of fitting in and adapting very, very well. Now onto Leicester. They've been struggling this season, currently sitting in 19th place for the league. And now form wise, they've been struggling a lot. Like last game they played Manchester United and they lost 3-0. Ruben van Nistelrooy started well at Leicester, but it went downhill after. So they've been struggling to score goals and even keep clean sheets right now. So they're in a bit of a rough spot right now. Considering they are playing Man City in this game, I don't see them scoring at all. So my prediction is going to be a 3-0 win for Manchester City. Moving on to Liverpool versus Everton. This game is going to be a solid game, so let's get started with Liverpool. They've been doing very well this season, like sat in 1st place with a 12-point gap between them and Arsenal. Now, form-wise, they've been doing quite well. Last game they played Southampton and they won 3-1. Mo Salah has been outstanding this season, on his way to breaking records as well. In the league, he has 27 goals, 17 assists in 29 matches as well. That is some incredible stuff. He has been criticized for going missing though in a lot of big games like this season, so we will see if he turns up in this game. On to Everton. They've been doing not too bad this season, even though they are sat in 15th place in the league. Form-wise, it has been decent, I would say. They have been getting so many draws in recent weeks. Like last game they played West Ham and they drew 1-1. The side seems to be doing a lot better under David Moyes, like attacking-wise, definitely, for sure. He has switched things around and it just seems to be working. They seem like a bit more balanced side now. But my prediction is going to be a 3-1 win for Liverpool. Moving on to Chelsea versus Tottenham. This game is going to be the biggest game of the week. So let's get started with Chelsea. They seem to be having an alright season. They're currently in 4th place. And form-wise, it has been decent for them. Although last game they lost 1-0 to Arsenal. They were absolutely horrible in that match. They had no intent of going forward or any urgency going forward. Sancho is being criticized heavily for his performances as well, and he is linked with a move back to Dortmund as well. So this game is going to be a tough one for Chelsea if Tottenham do show up. Now on to Tottenham. They have been struggling bad this season, currently sitting in 14th place, which is pretty crazy. We've never seen Tottenham in this position for a while. Now last game they played Fulham and they lost 2-0, and Ange Postecoglou's job is at risk now as they're looking for a replacement apparently. And it could be Andoni Iraola from Bournemouth, Thomas Frank from Brentford, or Marco Silva from Fulham. So it also has not helped them as they have had many injuries throughout the whole season. So it's not too good for him. But Romero is also a player that might go to Atletico Madrid. He is linked with them as well, and I think it might be very likely that he joins them. He seems the type of player to fit Simeone's kind of team. Now my prediction is going to be a 1-1 draw between the two. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy the video. Don't forget to drop a like, comment down below all your predictions for these games, and don't forget to subscribe as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.